Oh, we're live. Just thought I'd do a little live stream tonight and see how it goes. And these badges. Hello, how you going? How do you like my eye patch? Pretty cool, eh? 39 fine silver. Now all I need is a silver hook and I'll be rocking. Hey Imperium Label, how you going, mate? Fix this up. Sorry about yesterday, Imperium. Yeah, I had a hard childhood too, mate. I know what you mean, mate. This is the first late night stream I've done. Cool. All the kids and that are all asleep, so hope I don't wake everyone up. Oh, cool, mate. Yeah, this really rocks, eh? Looks awesome. I was so impressed that he offered to do that for me. Hey, Coin Collector Ohio. He said to me, "You get me the a silver credit card, and I'll make up your eye patch for you." So, hey, Sean, how you going, mate? Yeah, it's 99 fine. You still see the 9 fines on there? Fine 999. It's pretty awesome. I'll let it turn down the light on this one. There we go. So what's been happening in your part of the world? Don't poke your eye out. No, oh, wrong one. He made it so it can go on either eye. So it's a universal eye patch. It's not just for one side. So that's pretty cool. Rainy there. Yeah, it's been raining here for like a week nearly straight, and it's finally stopping now. So that's a big relief for us. It's a big relief to get rain too, because no rain equals no work for us. I'm pretty wrapped. I've wanted a silver eye patch for ages, but finding someone who can make something like that's pretty hard these days. I better put my hat on, I'll blind you all. Hey Kevin, how you going, mate? Just got to try and make it a little bit shorter so it doesn't fall off all the time. I'm pretty wrapped in it. It's awesome getting stuff that's like handmade by someone. No worries, Imperium. Good luck, mate. Hope you hit it big. Let's try this back on again. Now it's probably too long, too short. My fat head. Getting kiddos ready for school. All mine are asleep. I fell asleep on the lounge, so I woke up on the lounge when the fire went out and it got cold. So I woke up and relit the fire, and I thought I might as well go live because I won't be going back to sleep for a while. Long day. No, just in a lot of pain. Just sometimes I fall asleep on the lounge and I can't get back to sleep later on. There we go. That's better. Awesome. Now all I need is me hook and I'll be laughing. What time is it over there? It's 11:38 p.m. Getting close on to midnight here. So I've got all the doors shut up. And he also made me these badges so I can wear his badges in me live streams and help promote him a little bit. Mr. Doughboy 356. I reckon that's a good idea. Hey Clinton S, how you going, mate? Oh, bad kidney stone pain. Got meds, but they didn't work. Stopped to hit the light. Oh, sorry to hear that, Clinton. Yeah, I've only got one kidney, so my kidney mucks up all the time, and I end up in hospital on the drip. It's not much fun. When your kidney mucks up, you end up feeling like you're drunk, and and you can't look at things, you can't focus, and it gets real bad, eh? People, the doctors and nurses say, why didn't you come in sooner? And I say, well, every time I come in here, he's mean and horrible to me, so I don't like coming. And they said, well, you have to come in. I hope you're feeling better, Clinton. There's nothing worse than feeling sick and being down. And we're all praying for you, Clinton. I might even be able to do a little spin for you, Clinton. Move that out of your way. Let's see if I can spin for you. There you go, Clinton. I'll spin if I move everything out of the way. The exercise bike helped heaps. Yeah, helped get it moving. Yeah, I have to drink water all the time now. I don't like hospitals. Every time I've been there, it's for something small. Then I leave with the flu or something like it. Yeah, you're not wrong, Kevin. Hospitals are to clean, laugh out loud. Every time I used to go to the hospital, I'd complain about having like a pain in my side and being really sick, and they just keep saying to me, "Oh, you're just here for drugs. Go home." Hey, Jacob Gonzalez, and I'd say to the nurse, I'd say, "Look, I've come in here. I've sat down in the waiting room for 4 hours to see you. There's something badly wrong. You need to run a test on me. There's something wrong." And they wouldn't help me. They just kept sending me home. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You just go home, go home. And I had a scan on my foot one day, a nuclear scan, and the lady come up to me and said, have you had a kidney removed? She said, everything else is glowing, but you've only got one kidney. And I said, oops, that's why I've been sick. So ever since I found out why I was sick, I've stopped drinking Coca-Cola and I drink water now. I have a little bit of lemonade every now and then, but getting rid of the Coca-Cola has made a big difference to me in life. I don't feel sick all the time. Like, Coke's really hard on you. Hey, Jacob Gonzalez, how you going, mate? Check out Jacob's channel. Oh, he dropped down one after the other day. He's only 449 now. That was a lot of fun getting you up to 450, Jacob. I really enjoyed that. That was a real blast for us. There's nothing better than being able to help people. Got to go back and watch your other stream there, Jacob. I don't drink soda either. Makes me feel tired and exhausted for no reason. Yeah, it does. It wrecks your body. It makes it really hard. Yeah, it was really fun, Jacob. I really enjoyed it, mate. So I've got to just drink water, Richo. I was thinking of pop and 2 bottles. Yeah, no pop, Clinton. You just drink your water, mate. Yeah, headaches, it does. Coca-Cola will make you sick. All these soft drinks and all that. All I drink is soda and sweet tea. Yeah, I was the same. I don't drink coffee. I don't like the smell of coffee. I don't like the smell of roasting coffee makes me So I've never drunk coffee, so I used to drink Coca-Cola all the time. Oh yeah, Clinton, you have no idea, mate. I was always overweight, and as soon as I stopped drinking Coca-Cola, bang, man, I'm skinny now. Oh well, skinny for me anyway. Hey, Grandpa Joe, Mr. Doughboy. Arr! I got your badges on, Mr. Doughboy. Do they look good? When I used to box during the winter, it also made it really hard to lose that weight, and nobody likes boxing above their class. Yeah, no. Um, I nearly became a boxer when I was younger. In our last game of football in high school, I charged down the kicker, and it's a very bad thing to do. Like he's already kicked the ball, and I just charged down to start a fight because I was a bad kid. I always liked a good fight and a good knuckle, and so all my team's up the other end of the field getting the ball, and I'm up the other end of end of the field with their team, and I'm laying on the ground because it was the end of the game, and they're all standing above me, punching me in the head. So I ended up getting up and winning the fight. I won't go into too much details, but after the fight, after the football game, these two adults came up to me. Hello, Stephen. And I thought, oh no, they're going to want to box me because I had a fight with their kids. And they said, oh, that was a great fight. And do you do boxing? And I said, no. And they said they run a gym and they want me to go and box. They reckon I could have done it professionally, but I'm not. I didn't like doing that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm not. To be a boxer, you got to hurt people all the time, and I don't like hurting people. It just didn't sit right with me, I suppose. Yeah, Mr. Doughboy is absolutely awesome. Hello, Linda's House of Chill. Hey, Scratch and Go Crazy. Look at that pirate patch, everyone. Interesting story about my high school. Before it was a high school, it was a World War II military base. And underneath the school, everywhere are big bunkers and tunnels everywhere, tunnels leading under there to the big buildings across the road, like the big old nunnery. They had tunnels going from the school to the nunnery so they could fight off the Japanese if they ever invaded. And they went to real extremes, like these tunnels are massive and they go on for miles and miles. And one day we were training at football, and we could hear this noise. We could hear this help, help! Hey, Aussie Stacker. So we're all looking around on the fields, and we couldn't see anyone, and we're like, what's going on? And they kept going, help, help. And so we walked around looking, and all of a sudden I looked down in the big stormwater drain, and there was a couple of kids in there, a couple of boarders, just kids from school. They'd gotten into the tunnels and gotten lost down in the tunnels and ended up down near the football field. So we had to get in there and open up the grates to let them out. So they had to go back up and seal all these tunnels off, and it was quite a big ordeal. It was very interesting to find out about all the history. Like no one really knew what was under the school until we found them kids in them tunnels. And then the word sort of got out what was down there. So they had to spend a lot of money to try and seal it all up, stop people getting in there. Hey, Stacks and Stuff. We're pretty good, Aussie. Just having a little chat. I woke up on the lounge, so I couldn't sleep. So I thought I'd come on, do a live stream and show off my new eye patch that I'm really, really loving. Mr. Doughboy 356, excellent work. Ah, you stuck at work. You do night work, Aussie. Welcome, Stacks and Stuff, mate. John Wolf, how you going, mate? Yeah, it is pretty cool. Mr. Doughboy 356 made it up for me. It's 39 fine silver. It's even marked on the eye patch there. You can see it. Hey, Tazzy! Big bank, little bank. How you going, mate? Yeah, mate, being permanent night work for over a year now really ruins the social life. Yeah, I know what you mean, Aussie. Coins with Wide Daydreamer. How you going, mate? Yeah, I used to work really long days early in the morning. Like I used to have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go and do the recycling trucks. And in the old days, you go through the bins yourself and have to throw it into the separate containers and the separate sections of the truck. This is the old days. And then you have to grab onto the side of the truck and hold on as they drove down the road to the next one. And there's no handles or anything, so you just slide from one end of the bin to the other as you're going on the truck. They were bad days, that. Bunch of old World War II bunkers close to me. It's now state game lands, public hunting. They went through a few years ago, sealed them all closed. Yeah, they went to some extremes building these bunkers and that, because I've even heard there's tunnels running all through the Highlands, like from World War II. They did a lot more than they let on, and it's funny, you only find out little bits here and there about what they did to prepare for the war, because they were really frightened here in Australia, because we'd sent all our soldiers off to fight in the Middle East for England. So all our soldiers, and I mean all of them, were gone. We sent everyone we had, so we had no one left. And when the Japanese started bombing Darwin and invading Papua New Guinea, our government freaked out and started putting up mega installations, spending big bucks, because we had nothing left. They were really frightened. And there's they used to hide weapons and motorbikes and all sorts of stuff to fight a guerrilla war. And there's a map getting around with all the different locations of where they buried all these like weapons for World War II, and they buried brand new Harley Davidsons. They buried them there too. So you could dig up this stuff during the war and use it to fight against the Japanese. But after the war, they didn't dig it all back up, and it's all still buried out there. And one of the locations I know of is underneath the local football field, and it's never been dug up. And apparently there's 3 old Harleys in there and old weapons and stuff like that buried underneath where everyone plays football. And there's a lot of the now this map was getting around for a while, and a lot of bad guys got a hold of this map. And I'm talking bikies and like all real bad criminals and that. And they were going around digging up these old World War II stashes and getting out the old guns and selling them on the black market. The kid shot himself, shot him one bullet, ricocheted back and hit him. Oh, wow. Got your letter in my hand, headed to the post office right now. Oh, wicked, mate. I love getting letters, eh? It cheers us up so much. What did I miss? Big bank, little bank? I'm getting ready for ultrasound. Ooh, big bank, little bank. Nice. How many's that going to make, big bank? I've got 3. I've got 3 kids. Yeah, I've got 3 little girls. I always wanted a boy, but that never happened. And it's so expensive to have children in Australia. It's just crazy, the costs. So we decided just to stick at the 3 beautiful girls we've got and be happy with that. I felt like my wife really wanted a girl, but she only makes boys. Well, actually, Kevin, it's not the woman, Kevin. It's the man, and apparently it has a lot to do with whether you're quick or slow. Like they reckon people that are quick have boys, and people that are slow, like take their time on it, end up having girls. Three girls, yeah, big bag, big little bag. He's like me. He takes his time. Yeah, there's a lot of wives' tales. We tried all the different wives' tale tricks they had, and none of that sort of stuff worked. So, a lot of people I've spoken to, they say they have seven, eight boys, and then they get one girl, or vice versa, like eight girls, and then get one boy. Oh man, you need a little guy for you to hang with, lad. I know, Kevin. It broke my heart that I didn't have a son, but I love my daughters to the end of the world, and I've just come to terms with it, and they're wonderful. So I can't complain too much. It is fun trying though, big bank, little bank. I agree with you. Five between the both of us. Wow, Clinton, you've got your hands full. I know Kevin's got a few kids. Hey, fairy god monster. Having a son is amazing, and a goddaughter also just the best thing ever. Yeah. Should have tried going prospecting, Richo. Yeah, it's cheaper to go prospecting than to have more kids. Lottery and comedy. How you going, mate? You could never have kids, Doughboy? Oh, that's no good, mate. Two is good enough. Yeah. Yeah, we I thought I might have gotten lucky on the last one, but when you go to the ultrasound and you see that little line, I'm like, okay, I know it's another girl. Oh, started crying. But I was pretty upset for a while that I wasn't going to get a boy. But your girls are just as good. They're wonderful. So I can't complain. They're really good to me. My boys are with their mums. Ah, right. Girls metal detecting, just walking along, searching four times the luck. I tried to go metal detecting with my girls like Tassie does with his kids and get them to do the digging. But my kids just use the metal detector, find a few things, make me do all the work, and then run away and play. So I end up doing everything and then having to deal with them. I fell on a fence when I was a kid, got impaled by my pro. Oh, no, Doughboy. That's not fair, mate. Oh, dear. Yeah, I had a friend like that, and he said he was lucky to have kids because he did something similar when he was younger. When he was swimming, a nail ripped it open, ripped one out. Yeah, kids are great. They really turned my life around. Yeah, so did I. Well, the saying goes, "Daddy's girl and Mummy's boy." Yeah. Now that silver eye patch looks awesome. Good morning, sweetie. Getting ready to run errands. Wanted to say hello. Good morning to all in the chat. Hello, silver giveaways. Thanks for coming in. Mr. Doughboy does awesome work, doesn't he? Like you can even see the reflection of everything in the like it's a good thing I've done a face reveal, otherwise I'd accidentally face reveal myself. And he also did badges for me. Really cool idea. Yeah, I just thought I'd get on and have a little chat tonight. There's nothing worse than when you're awake and everyone else in your family are asleep. Can't agree more, Richo. I to this day believe my kids saved my life also. Yeah, they really you really grow up when you have kids. Like you're forced to. There's no more, oh, I'll just do it another time, or it doesn't matter, or whatever. You have to. You have to get up and you have to look after them, and there's no there's no other option. You just got to do it. And we had a real Hunter, the middle one. She got hurt really bad at hospital. They put a tube down her nose and punctured her esophagus, so she was sick for 4 years. So we had to be up all day, all night with her, trying to deal with her, with what they did to her. And so you just got used to it. Hey, Step Stacker, good morning, mate. Check out my eye patch, Step Stacker. Mr. Doughboy made it for me and he rocked it. It's awesome. Oh, yeah, you do learn patience with kids. So I'm going to go and see if this will work out. I'll be back, Richo. No worries, Clinton S. Good luck with that stone, mate. Hey, Cunning Oak. Thanks for saying hi, mate. I've got 76,000 minutes to go now. So I've got 76 bottles of beer on the wall. 76 bottles of beer. Knock one down. Pass it around. Yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I think I got 8,100 minutes from my last Pirate Booty Wheel of Doom. That was very successful. We had 50 people in the chat for quite a while, so that was awesome. The captain had her X-ray on her arm today, and no worries, Big Bang. Thanks for coming, mate. So it doesn't look like there's anything broken, but they're going to have another little look at the X-ray when they send it to the doctor and that. But they couldn't see any broken bones. It's just all bruised up and swollen, and she can't move her arm at all. And the big hole in her arm's starting to heal up. That one's starting to heal up a bit, and then she's got like teeth marks all around, like her whole elbow went into the dog's mouth, like the dog's mouth come right around. Big dog. Cardoso Media, how you going, mate? I'll just check you out, see if I've got you. I do now, champion. You're doing pretty well. Got all your stuff sorted out. Got your about page done. Nice. Channel's looking good there, mate. Yeah, so hopefully she'll be all right. Dog what? When she was at work stacking Silver D, young kid was supposed to put out their big dog, and they got 3 big dogs, and one of them's a Great Dane Cross Bull Mastiff, so it's bigger than me. It's a big dog. And he was supposed to put the dog out, and he put him out, but he didn't lock the door, and the dogs got up, pushed the door back, dogs got inside, came up over the lounge and went straight for her face. So she got her elbow up just at the last second, and the dog took a big bite out of her elbow, and she started screaming, and the young kid come out and grabbed the dog off her. But yeah, the dog wanted to eat her. So she's in a lot of pain at the moment. She's getting around like with her arm in a sling and all the teeth marks and everything. Oh, it's poor bugger. She's always been a dog lover. Like she's always had dogs and always loved dogs. So it really upset her that she was frightened of dogs. It'll probably be insurance thing, Mr. Doughboy. It's quite common here in Australia, people getting bitten by dogs. Hey, Madding. So they have like an insurance payout thing where if it's not real bad, they just give you a certain amount of money, and if it's real bad, then they'll take it to court. But I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. I just want to better. I just hate seeing my wife in pain. It's not much fun, and you can't do anything to help her. So, but she's worried about her business. Like she doesn't want to lose all her clients and that. So she's been getting a friend to help her do things. It's and she's still going in to make sure everything's right, and it's not nice to see her hurting and tired like that. Dogs here bite once, they put them down. Here in Australia, we have what's called a vicious dog law. If your dog bites someone, um, you go on the vicious dog list, and then they come around to your house and they make sure that it's going to be safe for the future. Like they make sure you fix up your fencing, that all your doors lock properly, that the dogs can't get inside anymore and they can't get out, and you've got to have them on a muzzle if you take them out. Because a lot of people love their dogs more than people. Like this lady that had the dog, she was more concerned about her dog and didn't want us to have them put on the dangerous dog list. And then she asked if we could put the dog attack on our insurance, and she pay the excess. I thought that was a bit harsh. But yeah, I'd rather talk about something a bit more exciting and happy. Like it's starting to warm up here in Australia a bit now, so I'm thinking as soon as school holidays rock around, I'm going to start trying to get down and do some prospecting. I haven't done any prospecting for months and months now, and I'm desperate to get down and get some video for you guys. It's local council issues, Step Stacker. It's like the rangers deal with all that sort of stuff. Like you have to make a police report and all that. It's pretty serious. Thanks for stopping in, Silver Giveaways. I really appreciate you coming. I had a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun in your streams, and I can't thank you enough for helping me with my depression over the time I've been on YouTube. So a big thumbs up to Silver Giveaways, everyone. They've made the world of difference to us. Oh, thanks, Maddie. Yes, I want to go down and get some sapphires and get some video of the prospecting for you. So I love it down there. It's so beautiful. Oh, Tassie's going prospecting too. Yeah, it's all depending on the weather, like you think you're going to be right to go down there and then it rains or whatever. But here in Australia, we've had the Great Dividing Range that sort of goes straight up the east coast of Australia. And the rain clouds, they came in and they hit the Great Dividing Range. So we only get rain mostly on that side of the mountains. And then when you go over the other side, you don't get any rain. So it's very dry once you go over. So where we go prospecting, you've got to cross over the Great Dividing Range. And when you're on your way down there, it'll be raining here, like really raining here, and you look out in the skies, raining everywhere. So you drive down there all the way and you think, oh, it's going to be a bust, it's going to rain. And as soon as you cross over the Great Dividing Range, there's not a cloud in the sky and you can go prospect. I learned my lesson years ago that if it's raining here, just go up there because it's more than likely it'll be fine. And if it's not, I just get a raincoat out and do it anyway because it's so much fun. Oh, you're at the wound centre, Doughboy. Good luck, champion. I caught some of your live stream the other day and it was a lot of fun. I went back and watched your gold panning. You got a beautiful place there. Beautiful place. Looks like perfect for gold. Hey, Mr. Detectorist, how you going, mate? Kerry Kellogg, my son likes watching you, Richo. He's 7 years old. Oh, cool. Hello, young fella. Yeah, we always try and include the kids in everything with a pirate duck and what's the most abundant area for prospecting? Oh, Australia is full of gold pretty much wherever you go, but there's certain areas that you're not allowed to go anymore, and then there's certain areas they have open for you. So where I go prospecting for sapphires, it is they're the best sapphires in Australia. or definitely in New South Wales anyway. You might get some better ones up in Queensland, but these ones I get out here, they're blue and beautiful. Yeah, the gold. If you come to Australia for gold, you go to Victoria. Oops, I'm in trouble. I've woken the captain. Government land grab. Oh no, see, everything in Australia is owned by the government. Um, we don't have any mineral rights here in Australia. We only own as deep as our foundations go in the ground. Anything under that is owned by the government. So they can just come in and mine your land. You have no say in it. And yeah, it's pretty ordinary here because we're considered a commonwealth. So what they did was they took all our rights off us and all our minerals and everything, and they control it all, get all the money, and then dish it out a little bit here and there to us, and then steal all the rest of it. Gold, yeah, gold's everywhere. Stacker. You guys might have watched the you should definitely probably watch it. Gold Rush show with Parker and all that up in the Klondike, and they're getting what is it, $15 a yard, and gold in Australia in a lot of places is $30 a yard. It's twice as rich as what you're seeing in the Klondike. You can't go by the UFOs. Oh, we've seen stuff here in Australia, let me tell you. We were driving down to Melbourne one night and we seen something flying above us, circling around and around and around with a big bright light on it. Out in the middle of nowhere, like in the middle of a stretch of freeway, in the middle of nowhere, nothing around, and this bright light was circling around and lighting up all the hills and everything. It was really bright light, like 10 times brighter than a helicopter searchlight, and it would light up all the hills and then circle around. We were terrified. The government, aka the Queen, yeah, you're not wrong. Here in our state, we're trying to get him to leave. Yep, Davey's here in our state. Yeah, hey Phil, how you going, mate? I didn't see you with my eye patch on. We have Vigilante Day Parade. Oh, that's no good. We got pretty strict laws here around prospecting. Like if they catch you in any of the waterboard areas or anything like that, it's mega fines. Like they'll take your vehicle as well. You'll lose your vehicle. They'll take all your stuff, all your equipment, everything, and fine you a heap of money, and then maybe put you in jail as well for digging a little hole. Now it's pretty extreme, but that's the way it's getting to. Not a state. The definition is a lot different. Yeah, Commonwealth, it is different. See, back in the old days in Australia, they apparently gave us a vote when we first became a nation. Do you want to all be rich? Like everyone in Australia can be rich, or we can have good hospitals, good roads, schools, and all that, and provide everything for you. And apparently we voted to give our money to the government and let them spend it. Now, I don't believe that. I reckon it was the first rigged vote in Australian history. But yeah, so they take all our money and they spend it, and they give us a little tiny bit back. So it used to be really good, but the more and more people that are coming into the country, it means there's less and less of the pie to go around. So back in the day when we had 20 million people in the country, the pie went around a lot more than it does now. Now it's shrinking, the pie is shrinking a lot, and Australia's in big debt now. We owe, I think it's nearly $500 billion we owe now, which is absolutely insane. UFOs last week, did they? Yeah, I'm not surprised, Step Stacker. Like I said, whatever that was that we saw out there was pretty full on. See, we've got right next to us is the bush starts and goes out to the Blue Mountains. And that's a massive area. There's no roads in there. There's no houses. There's nothing in there. And the stories that come out of that place are absolutely insane. Like people go missing in there. If you go in there hiking, you got a good chance you're not coming out because it is. They reckon there's stuff going on in there. I don't know myself. I've seen a lot of things, but yeah, they reckon the Blue Mountains is where it's all happening. They're disclosing a bunch of stuff, and it's been planned. It's not because of Trump. Yeah. Oh, there was something going on for sure. We were out. When you go out in that direction towards the Blue Mountains, there is a an old silver mine out there, and we got to go camping out there and go and visit the silver mine, the old silver town, and it's really cool. It looks like an old American Wild West town, with the old wooden saloons and that sort of thing. There's not much left of it. Like a lot of it's been destroyed by bushfires and that sort of stuff. But hey, infamous stacker. Yes, search YouTube for Air Force UFOs confirmed. Oh, sweet. I will do that later, Step Stacker. In this old silver mining town, they apparently the way they found the silver was an old farmer was going along with his crowbar, hammering out fence post holes so he could put up a few fence posts, keep some of his cattle in. And when he was crowbarring it out, he found silver ore. So they came in and they mined out the area, and it just got abandoned after World War II. They just walked away from it because silver prices fell or something. And they turned it into a waterboard catchment area. So they just walked away from this mine, abandoned it, and it's still rich as anything. But no one's mined it for 65 years, 70 years now. It's called, the old town's called Narandra. Just grab another drink bottle. Yeah, when we were younger, we had to hike out there, and when you start, you're going down this road, and it's like this, and we're hiking down this road, and one of the girls behind us all of a sudden goes flying past us and falls down the hill and broke her leg. So we had to put her on a stretcher and carry her out this road like this because you couldn't get vehicles down there. It was too dangerous. So that was an awesome camp that we ended up having to carry her out, and then someone else got sick and they had to get taken out by a helicopter, and it was pretty full on. You're not confirming aliens, they're just confirming, yes, we don't know what the hell that was, and it's probably not from this world. Well, I'd say that sounds like confirmation. UFO can be anything, though, experimental aircraft. I never sleep the first night of a hike camp trip. No, I always love going out camping because you got the stars, and that's like the best TV in the world, because when you're out in the bush and it's dark, the stars show up brilliant. It's just because of the light you don't see them. Hey, Charles and Ciara. Yeah, no, we had a thing in our high school. It was called Wilderness Program, and basically what it was they took you out and taught you survival skills in every condition. Like they'd take you in the snow, they'd take you down rapids, they'd teach you to survive being in a shipwreck, teach you about desert survival, all different sorts of things. So if anything did ever happen to you, you knew how to survive. And I remember one night we were out, and it was freezing cold. It was nearly snowing, and it was a camp that we had no fire. We weren't allowed to have any fires, so we had to go out and keep warm without fires. And I luckily bought a really good sleeping bag, so I was okay, but a lot of people really suffered. Hello from Stockton, California. Hello, mate. How you going? Yeah, camping's awesome. I love camping. You just got to watch out for the big trees dropping branches on you. Do you guys have a lot of Bigfoot reports? Sasquatch, they call it. Indians call them wild man. In Australia, we have what we call a yowie, and it's a really big wild beast thing. And when they scream out in the bush, mate, I've heard them and they make me skin crawl. Like, and I'm out hunting with a rifle, so I'm armed, and when I hear that noise, it makes me scared. Mikey 8007, I'm Silverbeard the garage sale pirate. We go around and get all silver from garage sales, and we dish a bit out to our pirate crew. Our pirate crew gets some of the jewelry, and we give away silver coins and sapphires sometimes. And we do the pirate booty wheel of doom, where you can get the treasure chest and double your coins, and so we try and have a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun, and me and the kids dress up like pirates and have a lot of fun. Oh, you're in high school? Cool, mate. Would love to win a sapphire one day. Yeah, I got some sapphires still. I've got to go and get more soon. I've been giving a lot away, and I haven't been getting any more myself, so I've got to get in and get some. There's a bag of sapphires. These are pretty good ones, these ones. A lot of sapphires you'll get will be a bomb sapphire. And what a bomb sapphire is it's solid. It's not clear. You can't see any light through it, so it's called a bomb. And they're still pretty cool because they've got a beautiful color. So you can shape them like a cabochon, like a round cut, and they still come out really cool. Last year we had 8 trees fall 20 meters from our car, blocked way out, so SES had to clear the track. Yeah, I remember one year we were camping and a really thick branch fell down off the tree and landed right next to where my sisters' heads were in the tent. You know, like if it had gone that way a little bit, I wouldn't have had any sisters anymore. So you've always got to look up and make sure you're not camping under any trees. Yeah, I really love me sapphires. I can't get enough of them. What do I do with them? Here they are. You get a lot of what they call party sapphires these days. And a party sapphire is a multicolored sapphire. In the old days, they weren't really sought after. No one really liked the old party sapphires. So they used to throw them away. And the Chinese did a lot of mining in Australia, and I mean a lot of mining. And they mined out a lot of rivers that had sapphires in them. But in their day, they didn't take anything that wasn't the best. You know, they'd only take the good stuff and then leave the rest. So we could go through, find their old heaps, their old mining piles, and go through it and find big party sapphires and that sort of thing. But it's getting hard to find their old tailing piles now. People really got into that. That was a lot of windfall in that. Oh yeah, Carrie, you'll love it. They're awesome sapphires. Sapphires are brilliant. I love them. Calls them objects of interest now, or something to that effect. That was written in the report confirming the Air Force videos. Yeah, they know there's something going on. There's a lot more than they'll ever tell us. They'll never tell us everything, our governments. Yeah, I want to go down to the river where the sapphires are, because there's some really strange rocks there. Now these rocks are big granite blocks, and they look just like something you'd see in a ruin in Egypt or something like that. And they're big and they're straight and perfect. Now, according to our history, it shouldn't be there. You know, this sort of rock shouldn't be cut like that. But these rocks, they look like they're being cut. Now, everything else in the river around them is rounded from water from the river, and these blocks are absolutely perfect. Like, they're like that, you know, and it doesn't happen in nature like that to be perfect, especially in a river where things are being flooded and that. They should be rounded. Oh wow, on the freeway when the plane crashed. Wow. Later, Charles and Ciara. Yeah, I'm just doing a little hangout tonight because I was hurting pretty bad earlier, so I crawled up on the lounge and I'll just close my eyes for a second just till I feel a little bit better and then go and have my shower. But I woke up a few hours later and the fire was out. Yeah, we know. The government don't need to confirm anything. Um, they've had a lot of sightings in New Zealand too. New Zealand's been a real hotbed. Oh, they always keep secrets though. And it's all to do with money, is why they keep the secrets, money and to keep themselves in power. If they can profit from a secret, they'll keep it. 9:25 a.m. Oh wow. Yeah, it's 12:24 a.m. here. So you can't sleep either, Tassie? Yeah, we had a friend come over today, and I went outside to say hello, and she goes, "Oh, you look really sore," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And she goes, "I didn't want to say you look terrible, but I said, oh, it happens." See you later, Stephen. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it is awesome, mate. I love it. I can't believe what a good job he did. He knocked it out of the park, eh? Absolutely amazing. Mr. Doughboy is the absolute champion, everyone. And I love my badges too, my Mr. Doughboy badges. Hey, Ken Allen. Good morning from Oklahoma. Oklahoma, that sounds so cool. Oklahoma. Yeah, we've only got 6 states in Australia. We don't have 50 states like you guys have got in America. Uh, it makes it easier for the government to control us if they've only got so many states. You guys in America are so lucky because you have one state that'll want to do one thing and then another state that'll want to do something else. So they'll have completely different rules and laws and stuff. But here in Australia, they all get together and they all make sure the laws are all the same across the whole of the country. They make sure there's no loopholes. Like if you don't like one state, you can go to another. You go to another state, it's going to be exactly the same. So it's really sad that they do that. Hey, Joseph Clark, like the gun laws are pretty much across the nation. They're all the same, pretty much all the driving laws. You can't get firecrackers anywhere. The only place you can get firecrackers is right up in the Northern Territory, and that's only a territory. It's not even a state. The politicians in Canberra, which was our capital, they used to have all sweet rules for themselves. Like they used to be the only place in Australia that you could get firecrackers, and they were the only place in Australia that you could grow 2 marijuana plants, and they were the only place in Australia you could do this, and the only place you could do that. It was all for them and their families, the politicians, and so the politicians were running amok in Australia. All their kids were criminals, and one former prime minister's daughter was involved in a home invasion and went to jail. Should have gone to jail, but they let her go. Hey, Jewish redneck preppers, how you going, mate? And recently, all our politicians have been getting caught taking bags, and I'm talking shopping bags full of cash from Chinese businessmen. So all our politicians have been getting caught for bribery and corruption, and I don't think any of them are in the clear. I think all of them have been taking money. How are people going to react if they know about aliens? I think most people know, that stuff's going on. Like you only have to look at some of the things from history, like a lot of the historical artifacts and stuff. It it can't have been done by caveman, like a caveman with Stone Age tools can't make these super complex structures like the Great Pyramid. It's just not going to happen. My favourite part of America is every girl is a different shade. It is ethnically diverse. Is it ethnically diverse in Australia? You can make a rainbow 30 people along here based on skin tone. Um, it wasn't ethnically diverse years ago. Australia was basically what we had in effect here in Australia. They had what was called a white, keep Australia white policy, and they banned bringing most people in. And after World War II, when so many of our people had died, we they were facing a crisis. They either let people in, or the country would have gone broke, and there was no one around to do anything. So they decided to open things up and make it more diverse. And then they started bringing in Greeks and Italians, and that's what my wife's family came in that time. So they started bringing in Greeks and Italians, and then during the Lebanese war, they brought in people from Lebanon, and then during the Vietnamese war, we got boat people from Vietnam, and then after that, people started to appreciate other people a bit more here and not be so scared of them, and then they started bringing in more people from around the world. So now we are a multicultural country. We have, I think it's nearly. I think it's nearly 50% people in Australia aren't born here anymore. Okay, so we've brought in a lot of people in the last 10, 15 years to the point where now most people aren't even born here now. So I think it was we're bringing in nearly 2 million people a year, or no, not 2 million, 290,000 people a year coming into the country. So our country's changing very fast, very quickly. But unfortunately, we're getting what's happening is everyone wants to live in Sydney. So Sydney is just becoming a monster city, and it's just expanding and swallowing everything up in its. So people sell up a property in Sydney, and they might get 5 million for it because they want to build a big apartment building on it. So they'll come out of Sydney with 5 million and come up here and buy everything up. And then you've got to deal with a rich Sydney person, and that makes it hard. And all the people from Sydney come up here and want us to all be like Sydney people, drinking lattes, and it's a country area, and you've got to be country people, but they don't like that, and they won't let you to have animals on your land. So say you've had a farm here for 100 years in your family, and you get some idiot from the city move in next to you. They make you get rid of your chooks and any animals that make noise and all that. They'll make you get rid of them, and then you can't turn your truck on in the morning. Say you're a plumber and you have a truck and an excavator or something. You now have to go and buy an industrial block in town, and then drive your car into town, get in your truck at the industrial block, and then go to work. You're not allowed to have a truck at home anymore. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. It's getting it's really getting hard to make a living anymore. We're letting in only poor people from the third world countries now, unfortunately. Yeah, we do. We let in a lot of wealthy people, and we also let in a lot of poor people. So it's sort of like half and half. And we do a lot of refugees from around the world end up coming to Australia. Even when the whole ISIS thing was going on and all that, we brought people here from Syria. So yeah, the Australian government, they're trying to make everyone feel welcome and comfortable here, and pretty much for the most part, Australians are pretty welcoming. Most of the time, unless you get out of control and start hurting people, then you look out. But other than that, Australians are good people and they'll look after you. You are the melting pot, not America. Yeah, Australia is the melting pot. We it's really diverse here now, and because of that, everything in Australia is changing. Like the food's changing. A lot of things have changed in Australia, and for a while there, they weren't. They were trying to ban Christmas. Yep, that's what we're getting here in Australia too now, Step Stacker. We've got a large problem here with a certain religion that wants to ban Christmas. So they don't want us to have Christmas anymore. They won't sing our anthem and all this sort of stuff. But you get good and bad in all people, and that you just gotta ignore the bad ones and just promote the good ones. Like I never forget this guy that came over from India, and he was a taxi driver, and he sings this song, I'm an Aussie, 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 and he's got the Indian accent, and I'm an Aussie now, and I'm Aussie, and that was great, like when people come to Australia, if you say you're Australian, we'll love you and we'll support you. And that really blew us all away in Australia. This bloke going on, I'm Aussie now, yeah, and he was so rapt to be an Aussie, and that was brilliant. That was really good to see that. We all in Australia, we used to have a hard time. It used to be a hard country, and everyone used to work together. Hey, Gregory, yeah, I'm all right, mate. Just can't sleep again. So a lot of people, no one wants bad things. Everyone just wants to be happy. So when people come to Australia, we just love it that they embrace our ways of peace and happiness and friendship to all. Most do, most do. Some don't, but most do. There is a bit of tension in Australia between the Muslims and everybody else, but most Australians are pretty easy going and they just don't care. Like they just don't care what you do, like you can go and do whatever you like, and most Australians just don't care. But some Australians are idiots, but most are pretty good. I grew up on a ranch, later surrounded by mansions. They came to our house asking us to get rid of the trailer park that housed families that worked at Santa Fe Speedway. Now Speedway's all mansions. Yeah, we had a meeting here with our local council, and our little town, the land has just shot up so much because we're right on the freeway and you can go straight down to Sydney and be in the centre of Sydney in under an hour, which is better than most suburbs in Sydney. So our land prices here have shot up through the roof, and people want to subdivide some of their land off and make a bit of money. And the lady come out and she said to us, all you local people here are all greedy developers, just want to make money. You don't care about the community. And she said, unlike our really good big developers in town that care about the community and give us lots of money. And she said to us, what we are going to do to the community is we are going to turn it into an elite community, and we're only going to have rich people here. And what we're going to do is to have workers, is the workers will all live in a little house behind the rich people's houses. And that is our plan. And the plan didn't go down very well. I said to him, that's disgusting. That sounds like an elitist agenda. I said, can you put that in writing for me so I can show people this? And it blew up. It ended up being a big argument. But what it ended up coming out to was that they're going to keep us as we are, and we're going to be a green barrier from Sydney. So Sydney's going to come right up to us, and they're going to make us, we're not allowed to subdivide our land or make any money or anything like that, so that we can keep our country image. But yet when you go into the towns, they're building like 3,000-4,000 block subdivisions and everyone's making a fortune, but we're not allowed to make any money. Hey, Rick G, you won the runner-up in our shout-out video competition the other day. Step Stacker was the winner, and then Rick G was the runner-up. That's terrible. Big skies like that close to where I live. You have to have a bankroll at least 3 million to live there. It's even their rules. Wow. Yeah, it's bad. It is really bad. Yeah, they went after Christmas here in Australia, and they were all, you're not allowed to say Merry Christmas and all that sort of thing, and they went as far as banning it in the shops. Like the cashier tellers weren't allowed to say to you Merry Christmas or anything like that, because in Australia we have a big thing now, political correctness. You're not allowed to offend anyone. Like, so if anyone doesn't like what you're doing, that's deemed that you're being offensive. So even if you're celebrating Christmas, you're being offensive to the people who don't like it. So you're a bad boy. So that's the sort of thing we're dealing with here in Australia. We a lot of political correctness. It's political correctness gone mad. Like a lot of people copping a really hard time for just being normal people. Imperium label, Huffer, Uddy, brother Madding. Hey Richo, a new eye patch, mate. Yep, Mr. Doughboy made it for me. And it's even got the 3.9 fines on it. So silver eye patch. I got a silver credit card from Silver Giveaways, and I got them to send it to Mr. Doughboy for me, and then he made it up and sent it out to me. What a champion, eh? I can't believe it. It's awesome. Hey, coin hunting couple. Oh yeah, it's happy holidays or everyone is offended. Yeah, it's really bad here in Australia. It's getting nuts. Everyone's in trouble. Everyone's a bad person. Every attribute and practice gets eliminated until there's nothing. Yeah, political correctness. That's our big problem here in Australia. Political correctness. Coin hunting couple. I got a confession to make. I woke up this morning. I put your stream on, and then I might have closed my eyes a little bit, and I woke up and the stream was over. And I was like, no, because I have a real hard time sleeping of a night. No worries, Rick. Stuff your face, mate. Get it into you. I know what it's like when I eat at work. I've got to really pack in the food when I'm at work. When I'm not working, I don't eat much, but when I'm at work, I really put it away. Yeah, I really struggle sleeping of a night. So yeah, you got full view time for me though. Full view time. It was even on this afternoon when I picked up my tablet and it still had coin hunting live stream up. I was still the only watcher in there. So you must have got a good watch time out of that. Yeah, no, I'm glad I can come on here and talk to you guys rather than just sitting down here like being in pain, not being able to go to sleep, and it's terrible of a night. It's so boring. You can't do anything. You can't make a lot of noise. The kids will get up, and even when you cook something, like the smell of the food goes through the house. The next thing you know, all the kids start coming out. Food, food. There's food. I had a hard time sleeping this weekend. I'm still tired. Yeah, can't sleep either. I got caught tomorrow. Oh, I hope it goes well for you, Imperium. My kids are the same. Yeah, as soon as they smell food, they come. They're unbelievable. Like I'll go into the cupboard and try and get myself a lolly or a little snack to eat or something, and I'll turn around and they're there looking at me, and I'm like looking at them, looking at me food, and they're going, oh, oh. So they end up eating all my food. It's terrible. So I have to try and sneak when I eat my food so the kids don't. Yeah, can I have some? That's exactly right. Kids can hear candy wrappers from a mile away. They can. It's unbelievable. You even touch it, rattle it a little bit, they'll wake up and they'll be there. It's insane. I suppose I was like that when I was a little kid. I was always hungry. I could never get enough food when I was younger. The Richardson curse. We're always hungry. Like the captain will cook us up a nice dinner. They hear the thought being created. They do, Kevin. They do. They hear your belly rumble and they're off. Like hey Janine. No, it's just Mr. Doughboy's patch he made for me. I love it. It's awesome. I look like a true pirate now. Yeah, I hope you do well at court, Imperium. I hope it's nothing too major, mate. Yeah, got their own houses. Yeah, it. Oh, it's a beaut eye patch in it, mate. He made it up. It's multi eye, so I can put it on either eye, so it doesn't matter what eye I have it on. So because sometimes your eye patches will be for your left or your right eye, but this shape is multiple eyes. He did a brilliant job on it. I watched his live stream where he's there hammering it out, and he cut it out and filed it off and hammered it out and everything. It was awesome to watch. There's nothing better than watching something get created for you that's like, oh, super exciting. You broadcast about an hour before the sun comes up in Central United States. You could literally have a show called Good Morning America. I could do that, you know. I actually thought about putting up on me instead of chat, Good Morning America. It I don't know what it weighs now. It was an ounce, but he cut it out. I haven't really checked. I think it'd probably weigh, I think a quarter or a third, probably a third of an ounce. You should say you on every morning when I get to work. Trying to stream a bit more to get me time up. I'm up to 76,000 minutes now, so I was 86 before the weekend, so I got a lot in my live stream, and then people went back and watched my playlist for me, so that helped out a lot too. I want to find a silver credit card. I didn't know they existed. Yep, you can get them from. I don't know exactly where you get them from. Silver giveaways get them, and they have them in their prizes and that sort of thing every now and then. So if you want to know where you get them, silver giveaways, ask them. They might be able to tell you where they get them. I like it. I want Dowie to make me one. I want to be a pirate since I was knee high to my dad. Exactly, Janine. Exactly. We're on the same time, mate. It's Tuesday morning right now. Where are you at, Richo? Yeah, it's 12:46 a.m. Yeah, Guam's like up above Australia. So yeah, you'll be on a pretty similar time to us, mate. SD Bullion, yeah. JM Bullion or yeah, I'd say to be one of them too. Well, Coin Hunting Couple are right into the silver. They might know where to get all that stuff too. Yeah, he can make your rings. Gregory Lee, Mr. Doughboy can make anything. He made all my banjo for. He made a silver like a banjo for me and everything. Oh, he makes everything. Bells, you name it, he can make it. And then Richo's come a little after. Oh, cool. Yeah, Coin Hunting Couple have them prizes too if you want to get silver credit cards and stuff like that. Coin Hunting Couple's a lot of fun on their streams. They do light giveaways, they do end of box giveaways, they do end of stream giveaways. So Coin Hunting Couple do a lot of giveaways too. Yeah, he did make your channel logo, Kevin. I remember that. And he cut the coin out for you. That was awesome. One of the credit cards. Oh, cool, Janine. It's an Ike dollar he cut out. Yeah, I remember that, Kevin. That was awesome. It looks really cool too as an avatar. It really stands out, the archer. That looks really cool. 10:48 a.m. here. Yeah, it's 12:48 a.m. here. I'm probably keeping the captain awake, but she's a good girl. See you, Rick. Thanks for stopping in, champion. Yeah, I was thinking about getting him to make me one of them Star Trek ships he does. He does a little coin Star Trek ship, and that looked really cool too. I really liked Star Trek and all that sort of stuff when I was younger. 849 there. Wow. Yeah, she is healing up pretty well, Kevin. Her arm still hurts a lot, but the big hole in her arm's healing up nicely. It's not as bad as it was before. No way, it's 850. Yeah, see, all the different time zones are confusing where you are. Not even 8 a.m. here after that. You've been running when we wake up to get the kids ready for school lately. Yeah. Yeah, my kids don't want to go to school in the morning. They never want to go to school. They always want to stay home. Every morning when they get up, they're, I'm sick. I've got a headache. I can't go to school. It's all the time. And then when you go and pick them up from school, it's like, oh, I want to stay and play with my friends. Yeah, you guys have got mountain times and all different sorts of stuff over there. I found that really cool. Yeah, I'd love to come over and visit you, Kevin. I reckon that'd be really cool. Get away from their little brothers. Yeah, no. Yeah, my kids just want to stay home and play their phones all day. It's so annoying. All they want to do is get on their phones and just watch YouTube all day. And I can't blame them because it is fun and exciting, but they get so moody when they're on it all the time. Oh, I'd love that Imperium. Yeah, I'd love to go find that treasure, eh, mate? That'd be awesome. You can come visit me. I'm in Florida. Yeah, we're going to Florida. That would be cool. I'm planning to come to Florida and then travel up through America and meet up with Mr. Doughboy at the end. So I'm planning to do a YouTube creator holiday, so where I get to go and meet everyone. Yeah, we drop them off a lot at school and pick them up. You know where they are that way. In San Diego. Awesome, Brian. We're at in Florida. We're going to go and go to Disney World. That's going to be our first stop. We're going to go to Disney World and take the kids to Disneyland, and then we're going to meet up with a few people in Florida and then start traveling up. I'm not sure whether we're going to hire probably hire an RV, like a little I don't know. I think that's what you call it, an RV, a little bus thing with beds and stuff in it and bunks and that. Camper van, we call them. 561 feet lower than McDonald Pass and the Continental Divide. We're 660 feet here, high in elevation. No, no, we're 600 meters here. John Wolf, make a text. Yeah, I want to go to Texas too. Texas is a cool state. Camper, RV, that works. Be fun. Yeah, yeah, I reckon that'd be good fun. Then we can just travel around and meet up with people and have a bit of fun. Yeah, but, I'm saving for it. I've got my bank account going, and every time I go and do some work, I put a couple of $100 in that bank account. So it's climbing. It's going slowly, but it's climbing. I just need to get some more work. Australia, we're in a real recession at the moment because the last election, the guy that looked like he was going to win, he was going to do all these really crazy environmental rules and laws and stuff like that, like the Green Deal. he was going to make us get rid of our cows because they fart and all this sort of, he was going to go extreme lengths. And he looked like he was going to win because the Liberal Party were really on the nose. No one liked him at all. And this bloke doubled down. He went really extreme on it. And the economy just stopped. No one did anything. Everyone was terrified. So no one did anything. No one had any work. And after the election, and he lost, and someone else got in who didn't do all these green laws, the economy's slowly starting to go again. But it never caught back up to where it was before the election. So most people are hurting real bad now in Australia. They're struggling real bad. And that's all because of the Green Deal, and it didn't even get in. So if it had gotten in, we would have been devastated in this country. Beautiful parts of American West. Yeah, I can't wait to come and see America. I've watched so many movies on America, and I just want to go and visit the cities and see all the different places I've seen in movies and stuff like that. Good night, Gregory. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Yeah, I've always loved America. Ever since I was a little boy, I always used to say to my parents, can we go and move to America? And they'd never have it. And when I got a bit older, I didn't have any money, so I couldn't really, think about moving to America. But now that I've got a little bit more established in that, we looked into moving to America, and we were going to try and get a lotto visa, try and get citizenship through a lotto. And we had it all planned out, and we'd picked out the city we were going to go and move to and all this sort of thing. And then there was a big shooting in the very city we'd picked out in Colorado in a cinema. It was a really bad one. And when the captain saw that, she just said, "No, we're not moving to America now. We're staying here." So I was devastated. I was shot to bits. I was so excited, and I was pumped up, and then, it's all not going to happen. But just have to make the best of what I got. Yeah, Australia and America. We're very close, Australia and America. I will do, mate. I'll come and visit. We, Australia and America have always been very close. You guys in America have got no better friend in the world than Australia. No matter what happens in the world, no matter what, if anything ever happened in the world, Australia will be by your side no matter what. No matter if we go down in flames, we'll stand by you no matter what. I like the country better than the city. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we do, Janine. It'll be fun. We'll put up like maps and show where we're heading around and all that sort of stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. You can tell us where to go to, like go to this little part. It's a really cool town or whatever. That'd be awesome. Trade driver's licenses. I'm the same height as you and pretty much the same face. Awesome. You can come and take spots, mate. Yep, Imperium. Love to come to Guam and check it out. I've been watching a few videos on Guam lately. You should get out Imperium and do some videos on Guam. It's an awesome little island, mate. Hate cities. We like the mountains and neighbours few and far between. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny in the cities, when you go into the cities, people stick their finger up at you when you drive past. And when you go out in the countries, people wave at you. So I'd much rather the waving and the friendly than the hostile city environment. I just don't like it. Everyone's out for themselves and everyone wants to hurt you. And I'd love to champion. If we do our holiday, we'll do a stopover on Guam on the way or on the way back. Grew up in Flint, Michigan a little bit. All you hear is gunshots and ambulance. Wow, Carrie. Afghanistan with Australian troops, great guys. Yeah, we love America here in Australia, and we'll always have your backs no matter what. Because America had our back in World War II when England did the dirty on us. So no matter what happens, you've got a loyal friend in us. Yeah, it's a war zone. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame the politicians rip everything off and then the people end up suffering, isn't it? Flint, Michigan, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that had that water problem too, didn't they? Where they were getting bad water from their pipes, like lead in their pipes and that sort of thing. Sighting in guns to hunt for food. Yeah, in Australia, if you shoot a gun and you haven't contacted the police, you can pretty much guarantee you'll get a visit from the police because there's so many rules and laws around guns in Australia now. It's very difficult. You're not allowed to fire a gun 5 kilometers from a freeway, 5 kilometers from this, 5 kilometers from that. So it's very hard now. You nearly need to call them before you go hunting. You're supposed to. You bring them up, tell them you're going hunting in a certain area, so that if they get any reports, they won't come out and arrest you. But if they get reports and you haven't told them, they'll come for you. Yeah, it's very big brother here in Australia. It's all changed a lot in the last few years. Yep, gun laws go right through, mate. They're really, really strict, Brian. If you get rid of the guns, crime will go away. Proven fact. They did in Australia. They got rid of all the guns from all the law-abiding citizens. And what happened was the police took all the guns and they stole a lot of them and they sold them to all the criminals. So now in Australia, the only ones that have guns are the criminals, and it's gun violence is out of control here now. And we've got the strictest gun rules in the world, and it's nuts now. You go into the city, you're likely to get a pop shot at you. No, don't worry about it. Yep, they did. They did. They sold them to all the criminals and ripped a lot of people off, and it was very bad. Uh, if you're a criminal, they all the criminals in Australia carry guns. All of them carry handguns, and they have machine guns and all sorts of stuff. And the poor old people getting their houses broken into, they're not allowed to have a gun to defend themselves. But the people breaking into the house, they've got guns. It's pretty. Yeah, I was kidding. Yeah, it's nuts here. Um, I wish you guys don't end up like it is here in Australia. It is hard to catch the sarcasm in the text. Yeah, it it's really bad. I don't understand why they. I The thing about the guy that did it is they knew he was crazy. They'd been watching this bloke for a long time. They knew he had guns and they knew he was a nut job. They should have put him in an asylum and they did nothing about it. I heard stories and rumors that they encouraged him to go and do it. I don't know if that's true or not, but because they had a meeting in Sydney about how they could get rid of all the guns, and it came out that they needed a mass shooting somewhere to get rid of all the guns. And then a few weeks later, they got their mass shooting that they wanted. Yeah, it's right. Coin hunting couple. When you go into the city now, you don't look at anyone. You try not to road rage anyone because you don't know who's going to shoot you. And it's a sad, sad fact. Yeah, use it to save theirs and other people's lives. Um, when you go out further into the outback, the police will allow you to carry guns around more. But when you're close to populated areas, they will really crack down on you hard. So out in the outback, you do need guns like crocodiles and stuff like that. If you haven't got a handgun on you and crocodiles attack, you're gone. Like there was one guy, his mother got pulled out of a tent by a crocodile, dragged her out of the tent and was attacking her. And the young bloke, I think he was 19, he jumped on top of the crocodile and pumped in shots into the crocodile's head to get the crocodile to let go of his mum. And there's a lot of stories like that where pigs are attacking people, and luckily someone had a gun to fight them off. And yeah, it's not like people in the city, they're fine without guns, but when you go out into the country, it gets a bit dangerous, and sometimes you need one there, like you need one in the car just in case something bad happens. Because you ring up the police out in the country and say, "Oh, help, my life's in danger." They're going to take 3, 4 hours to get out to you if they come at all. Like where I live, I'll ring the police and they might come the next day. So it's not like they're going to be there for you. They say, "I'll ring the police and you'll be safe." That's not true. They have a device that looks like the toy you had when you were a kid. Listen to people speak very far away, except usually put a voice in the ears of the person you point at. It's 75K. Yeah, I've heard that. There's a book about the what they did to get this bloke to do it. Oh, I'm okay, Janine. I feel bad for other people that don't protect themselves. Like we're getting handguns are hard to get, very hard now. You got to be part of a club, but we're getting a real victim mentality here. Like you have to be the victim, and you're not allowed to fight back or anything like that. So it's not a real good thing. I won't allow myself to be a victim. A little bit nervous about having them. Yeah, I understand, Carrie. Yeah, I just feel bad for the innocent people that get hurt. No, exactly, Imperium. Hey, Wisconsin CR Hunter, I'm good, mate. We're just having a little bit of a chat and checking out my new silver eye patch I got from Mr. Doughboy. Yeah, Imperium, I'd walk through fire before I'd let my kids get hurt. That's it, Brian. See, that's the thing here in Australia. We, for a long time, if you defended yourself and say someone broke into your house and you beat them up, you would be the one in trouble, not the break and enter guy. And that break and enter guy would then turn around and sue you, and you'd lose your house and every month, every cent you had. And it was pretty bad. And then recently they've changed the laws now where you are allowed to defend yourself. If you feel threatened, you're allowed to do what you deem necessary to protect yourself now. Where before it wasn't the case, you weren't allowed to. You were not allowed to defend yourself. You weren't allowed to fight back. If you did, you were the bad person. Like I remember there was a truck company in town, and a guy broke in and was stealing all the CBs out of all the trucks, and his dog came out and bit him on the bum, and that guy turned around and sued the truck company, and the truck company ended up going bankrupt to pay this guy out, who was a crook, who was a criminal. 2-day course and you can get a gun permit. Yeah, we have what's called a test here in our state. We have to do a multiple choice test, and you like a multiple guess. So you get all these tests you got to go through. So they give you a big folder, and you got to go home and read it all up on all the safety and all that, and then you got to go in and pass this test. And if you get one answer wrong, you fail, and you got to come back a week later and do it again. Gun, but all my neighbours have at least 20 guns, and that makes you feel safe. Yeah, a good neighbour with a gun is better than a police 20 kilometres away. We don't have any shield. I said that. Don't know that. Yeah. Hey, Richo, I just wanted to let you know in case you don't have a proper bell notification set for my channel. Put up a giveaway announcement video, only my current 51. I'll just check you. I've got your bell rung. Nope, I do now. Thanks for the tip. 20 plus here. After Hurricane Michael, I was glad I had guns and let friends use them because it was madness with looting. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You're only as safe as you feel. I it's an iffy subject, you know, like bad people do bad things no matter what. So it's not like the guns are the bad people, it's the people that are bad. We had that here and done that. An instructor wouldn't fail us. He would go as far as to tell us the answer. Yeah, a bit more strict up here. Warning about getting shot trying to get into the house. Yeah, you'd need to, Mr. Detectorist. Yeah, I feel sorry for you guys getting hurricanes and that. We don't get them sort of things here. We get more bushfires here. Bushfires are our big problem. They come through and just destroy everything. I'll have more gores coming up at 100 to 250, 300. Nice, mate. The gores are really good because they get your mail call. So you send out your mail call and then people do a video on it and then that gets your name out there. So that really helps your channel, Wisconsin. Even if it's something small, you know, just something. Feed the thugs to the dogs. Yeah. Yeah, I wish people would be a bit happier. Greed makes people do a lot of bad things. Our area that we live in though has gotten a lot less violent as time's gone on. Like a lot, we're ending up becoming a retirement centre here. So rich older people are coming up here, and they're displacing the poorer people that are a bit more violent, and they're moving on to other areas. So this place is becoming what they call gentrified. So it's a real shame. Mr. Doughboy's back. Yeah. Still wearing the patch, champion. Fits like a glove. It's awesome. You're the best Aussie friend. Appreciate the info. I'll be doing that as well. Great info and thanks for getting upset. I am sniping your channel with you now. No, mate, I won't get upset. I'm happy for you guys to post stuff to help your channel along. I've no problem with that. You know, if you just don't what do they call it? Flood the stream. Like I can't remember the term now. Just don't do too much of it. But no, by all means, put up things about your channel. I love to help you. Yeah, spam, that's the word. Yeah, but I love to help you out. Anything I can do. Yeah, everyone got it but me. Yeah, anything you just want to put up, go for it. I'm more than happy to help you. I just happy to help anyone. I don't I don't understand that about not being able to promote your channel on other people's streams and that because that's what we're all about is helping each other. And if you can't get your word out, you're not going to get anywhere. So we really should allow people to do it a little bit more so we can be inclusive and help people. I'm sitting in the wound chair. I got another damn infection. No, damn it, Doughboy. Oh no. Mostly just wanted to let you know about the gore. I'm newer to doing this and don't think many of my subs have the proper notification set for my channel just yet. Yeah, it's hard these days because they undo your bell too. So you got to check. A lot of times I'll just check people's channels randomly just to make sure that I've still got you because sometimes they'll do a purge and take a lot of people away from you. Even your good friends, they purge your friends too. Oh, thanks, Janine. Yeah, I hope it heals, Mr. Doughboy. We're going to have to try and get you some Manuka honey because Manuka honey's the like medical honey. And they use this Manuka honey on infections and stuff and clears it up. And there was another thing they got here in Australia, paw cream, and it's doing wonders on infections and ulcers and stuff like that, healing them up where nothing else works. So if nothing works, I'll look into this paw cream for you. Manuka honey. It's a New Zealand honey. It's very it's rich in antibacterial and stuff like that. And then there's a pawpaw cream that they're making in Australia now. I can't remember what that's called, but it's really good for infections. I'll look into it. Yeah, you got to stay healthy, Mr. Doughboy. I'm planning my trip to America, champion. I'm saving up. I've got my bank account in the bank I can't touch with a key card, so I can't just go in there and pull that money out. Yeah, Mr. Doughboy makes metal detectors and stuff like that out of bullets and people, like little people, and he makes anything, Mr. Doughboy. If you can think of something cool, he can make it for you. Yep, he's a champion, mate. He makes awesome stuff. I love all my creations. And I got bells, little doughboy bells made out of coins for the kids. And I told them about that it's your dream bell. It'll get rid of your bad dreams. And they've been using it, And they don't come in and wake us up anymore saying I've had a bad dream. They just ring their bell and go back to sleep. Yeah, overpaying the doctors for sure. Yeah. What's time here? 1:15. Oh dear. I really wish it was later so I could get up and make some noise and have breakfast. And bell's a good idea. Ours have dream catchers, then claim they don't work. Yeah. Oh, the girls love their little bells. They have them on the side of their bed. And Haley or Hunter, she rings hers all the time of the night and goes to sleep. Yep, Mr. Doughboy, make anything. He's champion. Break out that damn pirate dance. We got little golden princess bug dancing to Silver Giveaway song the other day, and she's there dancing and shaking her head, and she was a real cutie, eh? Gee, she looked good doing it. And I still got me, Mr. Doughboy. I've still got me badges on for you. I hope you like that. Oh dear, it's not very nice not being able to sleep properly. But I'll tell you what, you've all cheered me up heaps coming and having a chat with me. She's sunshine bright, isn't she? Yeah, she is. She cheers me up all the time. I'll be down hurting with me back and that, and she'll come up and give me a big smile and a cuddle and that, and you can't help but feel good. That's what life's all about. And I just pray that they have a better life than I did. I just hope that they have a not so rough time. That is the real treasure. Yeah, having you on when I get to work makes for better days. So thanks for that. Oh, thanks, Mr. Detectorist. I usually wake up 3 or 4 times a night. Sometimes so I get out of bed and come on here. Yeah, I do too, Brian. The one kidney wakes me up a lot, like I've got to go to the bathroom a lot. Yeah, yeah, they make it all worthwhile. I love them so much. That's why everything I do these days I do for them. Like I go to work and I work hard to try and get them set up for the future. Like I'm not looking after myself anymore. I'm looking after the kids now. So going to work's not, you're hurting, but you're hurting for a reason. You're hurting for your kids. So when you're hurting for your kids, you can keep doing it. Panic attacks, yeah, panic attacks are not fun. I used to get them bad. Yeah, no, they're horrible. They are. They really make you feel terrible. Yeah, life's pretty hard, isn't it? And that's why I always say to people, you shouldn't make anyone's life harder. You should always, even people who are mean and nasty, you should just forget about them and let them go. Revenge and all that sort of stuff doesn't do you any good. It's life's so bloody hard. And karma will get them back anyway, I always say. Thanks, Kerry Kellogg, for hanging out. I'm probably going to go soon. I'll probably go and have something to eat and try and go to sleep, but I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, it is, Janine. Like life's already hard enough. It makes me sad seeing people suffer, so I wouldn't wish suffering on anyone. Hey, Tennessee Copperhead, how you going, mate? It was funny seeing our Prime Minister was on TV with Trump today. He was over in America opening up a big paper mill. Kill 'em with kindness. Well, yeah, exactly. Coin hunting couple, exactly. I always say you get more flies with honey than you do with poo, if you know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you be nice and kind to people and good things will happen to you. Live my life according to the golden rule. That's it, mate. Uh, thanks, Tennessee Copperhead. Yeah, do unto others as you would do unto you. It is. It's very simple. You give kindness to people, and it's amazing when someone's upset and cranky, and you give them a bit of kindness. It's amazing. They'll snap out of it, and it'll turn around their whole life. Hey Tony, we're having a great day, mate. Don't want poopy flies in my honey. Friends close, enemies closer. Yep, that's right. Yeah, it's a shame in this world we all get caught up in our own little our own struggles, and we tend to forget about others that are struggling around us. So you always got to keep your eye out for people that are doing it a bit tough and just give them a bit of kindness. And it's amazing how much a little tiny bit of kindness will do for someone. It is Wisconsin. We're only here for such a short time. We shouldn't waste our time with pettiness. We should just go on and look for happiness. It's so important. No, you can't please everyone. No, that's exactly right. I always try and be nice to people and a lot of people just throw it in your face, but you just laugh at them and say, well, that's your loss, mate. You're the one who's going to miss out, not me. If you want to be sad and miserable, go right ahead, but you're not going to drag me down. Debbie B, how you going, Debbie B? Welcome, Debbie B. Do you like me silver eye patch I got? It's awesome. If I have enemies, for damn sure, I don't know, must be spies. Yeah. Yeah, it's better not to have enemies and stuff. Yeah, it's actual silver. It's a silver credit card, and it's marked on there 39 fine silver. So it's fine silver 39 fines. So it was a silver credit card, and Mr. Doughboy cut it out and hammered it out and made it and polished it back up and made it into an eye patch. Yeah, coin hunting couple. When's the big beard shaving? I can't wait. Yeah, it's cool. Mr. Doughboy really did an awesome job. I love it. I was wrapped when I got it. Absolutely wrapped. Tell you a secret? Yep. Something they don't teach you in your temple. The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because any moment might be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we're doomed. I love that, Imperium. That's awesome, mate. It's true. I think Nate's getting excited too. Baby's been ripping out beard hairs left, right. I was watching the daddy daughter penny battle box, and the baby's there. Da 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 da, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I loved it when my kids first started calling me dad. Like the two oldest girls, their first words were mum. It was always mum, 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 mum for the whole time. And the little one, Tennille, the golden princess bug, her first words were dad. And it just really touched me hard. It made me so happy. That's exactly right, Imperium. And I always say that you know how they say you got to weigh out your goods and your bad deeds. Well, I always say a bad deed will way outweigh a good deed. So you got to do a lot of good to outweigh your bad. That's the way I look at it. So I try not to do anything bad because I don't want to outweigh me good. Yeah, baby has to be noticed to. Our girls were mama first too. Boys are dada first. Yeah. Well, I only had girls, so I loved it when the little one said dada dada. And she's always been full on with me. Like even when she was a little baby, I used to look into her eyes and we'd like talk to each other without talking, and I'd know exactly what she wanted, and she'd know what I liked, and it was great. So we're really close, and she goes to me now all the time. Hey, bestie. So I'm her like best friend, her bestie. So that's awesome. Yeah, Brian, I'm so sorry for you, mate. It's bad. Yeah, you never realize how much someone means to you until they're gone, and then you really miss them. Mm. Yeah, I really love me little girls when they call me dad, and they say you're not a real man until you've got a daughter, and I know what they're saying, like because you worry about your daughters a lot more than you would your sons, because your sons are a lot more independent, like a lot more safe in the world, and you always worry about your daughters. Oh, that's good. I'm glad we've got you to look after you, Brian. We'll look after you, mate. We're a good family here, not a community, Brian. We're a good family, mate. We look after everyone. Hey, that one coin collector, how you going, mate? Sorry, I'm tearing up a little bit talking about my daughters and all that sort of stuff. And, I just hope everyone's, good to each other and looks after each other. Oh, that's sad, Brian. Sorry for you, mate. Yeah, we love to help people in the community, in the family, Brian. Your name, Brian's World, always reminds me of Wayne's World. Wayne's World, Wayne's World. And two of my messages have been deleted before they could be seen. I didn't even cuss. Um, you're not supposed to say subscribers and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. My wife might have put some words into a word you're not allowed to say. I'm not sure. I'm sorry about that, Brian. Wisconsin. I don't know how to work all these computers and all that sort of stuff, so my wife does it for me. Nothing's been about me anymore and wouldn't change it for the world. Love them to death. Exactly, mate. As soon as you have kids, your whole life just goes, whoosh. You don't worry about yourself, you think about others. Oh, thanks, Ballard. Yeah, it probably is those words you're not supposed to use. Yeah. Ooh, pardon me. It's amazing how much the community means to you. You know, like you when you're feeling down and bad, and you jump on and talk to someone, and they say hello, and they drop a little joke or something in there, and it just cheers you up so much. And yeah, there's nothing like people being friendly and kind. I'm nearly 36 and have no kids, sadly, but I'm engaged to an awesome woman and will be making babies before I'm 40, I hope. I hope so, Wisconsin. I hope you have all the luck and success, champion. And remember, it's not easy and you'll have trouble, but don't dwell on the bad things. Always dwell on the good things, mate, because you know it's not worth the fight and the arguing and having a hard time. Yeah, sometimes they do. I've noticed that sometimes I'll put in a big comment and it'll get taken away. YouTube themselves have certain words they won't allow, like they don't like flags and all that sort of stuff, like nationalities and stuff like that. They're quite strict on a lot of things. I wish I could stay longer, but I got to go. Have a good day. Thanks for coming, Debbie B. See you next time. Reason for my deletion is because YouTube brains pick it up and they will not monetize or strike a channel. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, always look on the bright side of life. Life of Brian, isn't it? Hope your dream comes true. I wasn't blessed with children, unfortunately, but I figured God has a reason for that. Yeah, Brian, it's hard. I always thought I wouldn't have kids like when I was growing up. Hey, Three Arch. And hey, Flutterboy. And then I met the captain, and life changed for me then. And we had the first child, and wow, what an amazing thing that was. I wouldn't give it up for anything, you know. It's absolutely amazing to have kids. Yeah, it's they do change your life a lot, but I know a lot of people that can't have kids either, and they do a lot to help other kids, like other kids that are struggling in life. They help them out a lot, and that means a lot to them to be able to help someone out. So just because you don't have any kids of your own doesn't mean you don't have kids. You can sort of still be part of other kids and help them out. Stuck in your head now. Yeah, the bright side of life. Oh yeah, if you don't change for the better when you have kids, it's pretty sad. Most people do. Most people get the joy and the love from it, but some people are greedy and don't really appreciate it. She's getting a little bit better slowly, Flutterboy. She's resting up. Oh, that's cool, coin hunting couple. Must be hard when you can't get your coins for your stream. Like I knew I went there for a while where I couldn't get any little silver coins for my stream, and that was hard. Uh, I'm in Buckeye and headed this way. Awesome. I did a 12 box hunt last week. I only got one 40%er, but it's certainly better than just all skunks. Yeah, wow. 12 box hunt. Wow, that's a lot of boxes. Yeah, people need to teach their children about being kind and caring to others. A lot of times these days, people are so wrapped up in what they're doing, they don't take the time to talk to their kids, which is a shame. Baby opens his eyes, looks at dad, and the person he was dies. A new man is born. Yeah, that's it exactly. Oh, all brand new, no silver. Oh no. Yeah, all of us, we always seem to end up in the same streams, eh? It is a good community. We all look after each other. I think it's amazing. We all help each other. 14 boxes of halves and 3 boxes of quarters and 1 box of dimes. And then anything custom or rat roll I can manage to find. Yeah, Wisconsin. If I was in America, I'd have a room full of stuff to search. I'd be going to every bank I could get. See, we don't get silver in our coins anymore. We get them very, very rarely. Like I've searched so many coins and my wife's found one silver coin. That's it. And we've searched thousands and thousands and thousands of coins. It is Wisconsin. It is. It's a tribute to the people. Yeah, you're right. Place a chaser. You know, years ago, people had the right idea. They used to live as a family, look after each other, and look after their family. But now it's get them off to a nursing home. Don't worry about them, and I won't do that to my father. Yeah, I'll look after my dad for sure. It's everything is these days is spend your money and don't leave any inheritance for your kids and all this sort of stuff, and be selfish, be greedy is what a lot of the advertising is showing these days. And for me, that couldn't be further from what I want. Like I want to help my kids. I want to make sure my kids have a better life than me. I want to make sure they don't suffer like I did and things like that. Oh, some rum. Like you sneak rum into the nursing homes. Exactly. And, yeah, the oldies, they still have fun in the nursing homes. Don't worry about that. I've heard some stories about what they get up to. It's uh it's so much fun having good people to talk to because you get different things and you start thinking about different stuff and you have a good laugh. And I keep telling my 4-year-old to be a doctor because daddy doesn't want to work anymore. Exactly, Mr. Detectorist. I always tell my kids you've got to learn to earn, and if you don't learn, you won't earn. And I want them to get a good job. I always say to them when I come home all bent over and in pain, I say to them, make sure you learn so you don't end up like your father. I don't want you working hard. Hey, Ink Man, they're like nursing homes yet. I don't know my dad, haven't seen or spoken to him since I was 13. He used to abuse me. Oh, that's no good, mate. Yeah, my mum hated me when I was born. She she wasn't very good to me when I was a kid, and I moved out of home when I was 16, and kept going to school, and that was hard. So I don't want that to happen to my kids. My dad was always good to me. Can't complain about him. He's always been good to me. He's always helped me, but life was pretty hard there for a while. So I always try and remember the bad times and try and make sure I remember, that things can get real bad, real hard, and to remember that other people are suffering that. Wisconsin, she was my dad cheated on her before I was born and told her about it. And so she hated me from the time I was born. Um, I don't understand why. I don't know how you can do that. But she became addicted to traveling. She she had to have an overseas holiday every year, or she'd just go nuts. So she started stealing all the money for food and all that sort of stuff and saving it up for a holiday so she wouldn't feed us or anything like that. So I ended up having to get my own job to buy my own food. And yeah, I know Wisconsin, but that's just the way things happen, mate. No, I didn't do anything to her, but like I said, people can be strange, mate. Oh, Wisconsin, it's made me a better person. Like I appreciate having my family now, and I'd do anything for my family and make sure they're all right. Yeah. Well, that's it, Flutter Boy. It's up to you. Everyone faces trials in life, but it's up to you whether you are and become a better person or not. You can get angry at the world and be grumpy and cranky, but it won't do you any good. Being cranky with everyone just gets you into a worse place in life and more trouble, and it's just a downhill slope. So yeah, I still love my mum and my dad. My dad's pretty good. Yeah, no, I could tell you some stories, but like one of the things my mum did to me, I don't know if I should tell you this. Um, yeah, I'll tell you anyway. She put me on the top of the pram when I was a baby on the sunshade thing and walked me down the road and pushed me off, and I fell off onto the road and smashed all my face up, and she didn't even really care. I always say to my girls, I hope you try and be better than me. I want you to be a better person than me, and to try and learn from my mistakes and try and be a good person. There's a lot of badness in the world. Like I remember the movie that influenced me a lot in life was The Breakfast Club. That really influenced me a lot in life, and I realised that people are just people. Even if they look different than you, even if they talk different, they're still people. They still have dreams and hopes and ambitions and feelings and that, and it's just something you know. Yeah, it happened. She was hurting in her own way, I guess. And, exactly. Yep. Life molds you into the person you are. And hard things make you a better person. They do, and a stronger person. We're all product of our situations and experience. It's how you choose to let them affect you that makes you or breaks you. Exactly, Ink Man. Like I remember, I was hungry at school and I had no food or anything like that, and I thought up a way of getting food was by looking after the little guys from the bullies. I used to beat up the bullies if they were picking on little kids, and the little kids used to give me some sandwiches or something like that. That was a hard time. Yeah, it is, 3H. It is. A lot of time people don't realise that what they're doing is hurting people either. Like a lot of people just get caught up in their own thing and they don't think about their actions and what they're going to do. Yeah, it's I just want to make sure my kids have a good life. That's all. Like any parent around the world. We're like I said, we're all the same, all around the world. All we want is for our kids to have a good life. It's usually saying they're painful things or not realizing the consequences. That's exactly right, Janine. They don't realize what they're doing. Most people, though, they don't mean to be mean or bad. It just happens, and when they realize what they've done, they do feel bad. Most people aren't bad. Thanks, Wisconsin channel. I think I might head off now and have a bit of a a bit of a bite to eat. Feeling a bit emotional. Oh dear. Gonna have so much too. Yeah. Yeah. No, I just like everyone to be good to each other. Oh, thanks, Flutterby. I appreciate that. Take care, everybody. I love yous all, and thanks for coming. Yeah, I might go and have some breakfast too. I might go and have some Vegemite on toast. Oh, thanks, Janine. Yeah, perfect. Good eye. Yeah, I gotta have the eye patch on though. It's awesome. Oh, thanks everybody. I appreciate you all, one and all. Hey, Dragonkin, be good to each other. And trust me, when you're good to people, it comes back at you too. Kindness is a very powerful thing. Night, everybody. I love yous all. Bye.